we were going to be doing a lesson on animal rights. With the animal rights issue, eating animals as food is probably one that is going to be the most appropriate for the children of this age. They're all going to have an opinion on whether you should or shouldn't eat meat. Now, what you're going to do now is you are going to have a 30-second conversation with a person sitting opposite you about all the different ways you can think of that we use animals today.
They say it's bad because they kill all the farm, they kill chickens on farms and that.
Sometimes in sort of shows and houses and stuff.
All of you need to stand up. The inner circle, you are going to move this way round, 3 seats. The outer circle, you are going to move this way round, 3 seats. Do that now, please. And then sit yourselves back down again. But this time you're going to think about, do we use humans in the same way? Okay, off you go. I really like the discussion at the start of the lesson where they got to move around and speak to different people. I think that they knuckled down and thought about the issues relating to the use of animals. So, first of all, we've got people who are going to be researching about vegans. There's information in there about what a vegan is. This group over here, you're going to be discussing why you should eat meat. You're going to be the people questioning whether you should or shouldn't eat meat. You're vegetarians over here, okay, discussing why you are vegetarian, and over here we've got people who only eat free-range and organic meat. I think it's getting across that there isn't a right or a wrong. You know, everybody has their own opinion. It's important that they respect each other's opinion, and I think that the children really like to talk about the issues, and they really like to get across their own ideas as well as listen to other people's.
What happens between the animals leaving the farm and arriving on our plates?
Well, when they leave the farm, they're like alive, but when they're on our plates, they're kind of dead type thing.
In a minute, you are going to get yourself set up in a horseshoe around the outside of this table here. The characters, the people who are going to be the spokespeople to start off with, are going to sit at the table.
I don't think I should really eat meat. I'm not sure really. What do you think?
We think that animals should have the right to be free and that they should not be killed just for human pleasure by eating them.
That's stupid, because we have to eat meat traditionally at Christmas.
Yeah, but have you seen the conditions that they put them in? It's really crowded and they never even feel fresh air.
Well, if you eat free range, then they're put in loads of open space and they have loads of room to move around.
When you're empathising for a certain viewpoint, you're thinking about it and you're trying to get all different ideas across and trying to present this to other people to make them understand it. And I think the children did it really well, because they were, even though they weren't talking about their own viewpoint, the things that they were getting across were important to that person's character. If I were to come and sit on this chair and express my viewpoint, I would be a person who didn't care where my meat came from. All I consider is that animals were put on this earth for me to eat. That's all they're here for. We are far superior than animals. We have the right to do whatever we want to them. If I were to walk all the way along here and sit on this seat on this side of the room, I wouldn't agree in animals being used for food at all. They weren't put on this earth for us to use as food. They weren't put on this earth for us to treat as unequals. They are here to live their lives. Every living creature has a soul. Every living creature has the right to live. We shouldn't be using them as food. Right, thinking about those two different views, what I would like you to think about is your own opinion. You can sit anywhere in between this line here and come up. As you come up, I want you to bring your chair and I want you to sit down in the position that relates the most to your viewpoint.
Before this, I would have been about in the middle somewhere, but I think that it's a really cruel way that they're treated.
I'm more on the animal side, because they should be treated like equals. They're like us and they're here to live.
I'd probably sit here because I like eating meat, but the only reason I'm not up there is because if meat comes from like a factory, it could have like chemicals and a bit bad stuff in it.
So it was interesting to see some of them thinking about the issues and putting them in place and then expressing their views when they came to come and sit down as to why they'd sat there. And they were thinking about the issues, and I think it was really clear, and it made other people think about why some people eat meat and why some people don't.
I'm in the middle because I'm on both sides. I think we should eat meat for protein, but I also don't think we should eat meat because how we kill them and how we store them.